Hi everybody and welcome to my place. I've had a request from Olga in Bulgaria. Hi Olga from Bulgaria. I haven't had anybody from Bulgaria before, so thanks for joining us. Now Olga's request is that she's getting married. She wants to do something really simple and easy because she's got 50 tables. Holy moly, can I come? Is there room for one more person? Now she wants to do a rose topiary. Now she said that she has got access to artificial and she also has access to fresh. Olga, if I was you, I would go for the artificial and I would do those in advance, and just to make sure that everybody is thinking that they're real, and I've had a wee look at your table plan, they won't even know if you've got these running all along the table. What I would do is I would spray them or just go into the center of some of the roses and then just put a little tiny bit of essential oil of rose into them, and that'll just permeate through and people will think that they're real. And if you've got a lot of work and you don't have a lot of help, this is the way forward, and do them in advance. Now I looked at your container and that there was as good as I could get considering we're such a long way away from each other. But that's a little earthenware pot. It's not too high and it won't take up much room. What I've done is I've put soil into here and I've jam-packed it, and I've used some baby's tears. I've had a wee look online and a little bit of under investigation, and I know that you can get baby's tears, or you could perhaps get some moss that you could use to put in there instead of the baby's tears. But if you did those in advance and just kept those watered, that will actually start to just grow. Well, it will continue to grow, and it'll be lovely as it's starting to drip down the sides there. That will be really, really beautiful. Right, here's the little bunch that I've got, and if you're stuck wanting to know, you know, what's the right height, remember that there will be people on either side of the table, so don't make them too high, because there's nothing worse than spending all night doing this when you're trying to talk to somebody on the other side of the table. Now when I bought these, they already had the little ribbon on them. If you wanted to make it a little more shabby chic and a little bit more informal, just get yourself some jute or something like that, take that off, and you could put that around the outside instead of having the ribbon. But that there was as close that I could get to what your fabric of your bridesmaid's frock was going to be. Now, years ago when we used to do these, you used to use balls like this, and you would stick a bit of doweling up to it, and then you would wrap something around the stems. Well, when you've got so many to do, I wouldn't even be worrying about that. I think that this is the best way forward. Right, and knowing what height it is, because I said you don't want to have it too high so that people are like this all night. Just keep it at the size that you can get them, or just under the height of your container. Now make a wee hole in the center there, and then just simply push that into there like so. I do like that little ribbon there. I think that makes it really weddingy. Now you also said that you wanted to make it a little bit more rustic. Oh, I love doing that. Why don't you get little branches like so, and I believe that by the time you get married, the blossom will have started to bud. Be perfect. Just get some that's got little bits of blossom on it, and then just take that into there like that, and that's going to make it look a little bit real, well, it's going to give the illusion as if it is real anyway, because it is going to be real. But I think that for a simple display, those running down the table would be magnificent. Now you also said that you wanted to use something that looked like this, and this is a bit of boxwood that I found. What I would do is I would cut that in half again, run that right down your table with your beautiful linens, and then put that on the top like so, and then you could perhaps put a couple of candles, and I have got some candles. What I would do is I would put a selection of candles running on either side all the way in between each of your arrangements. I think that that's an easy, quick solution. It's cost effective, and the other thing I would do is, will you ever use these again? Or if you're hiring them, can't give them away. But what I like to encourage people to do is somebody special on the table, just to offer them this as a gift. Hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed doing it for you, and I look forward to seeing you all another day.